Yeah, looks like Wontu's MMR dropped a little bit. So a bit of an MMR gap. However, Wontu can definitely do pretty good, and we shall see how he does here. And I shall turn the alerts and camera off as well. Should have moved Eugene out because Undead Imba? Maybe. But yeah, we got the Wontu top left going standard build so far. I'm not actually sure if he will go keeper. I feel like he would be more of a demon hunter player. Eugene, on the other hand, going a ghoul build, so we might see a fast expo. Looks like he just wanted to chop the one tree, bring his ghoul to the other side. However, I'm not sure if he can actually fit anything here. I think that's only 5 squares. So you'd have to fit like the altar here instead. Anyways. Oh, he can. It is 6 squares. Wow, that relics fits in just nicely. That really only looked like 5 squares to me. Okay. Acolyte going to go find a corpse. Smacking that crab down. Feels bad, man. And it is going to actually be the keeper, so no demon hunter first. Eugene with the Death Knight ghoul build. Second, Ziggurat on the way. Not sure if Eugene will go for a fast expo or just creeping. Could even be going for some sort of ghoul rush, but I think more likely fast expo or creeping. And let's see how Wontu decides to go about this. I'm not sure if he plays much fast expansion. Generally, keeper does fast expansion play, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him just go for one base keeper and tech. This Ancient War has to actually be pretty careful here. Okay, he is going to reach the tree now. But it has taken quite a lot of damage, but with Treant support, should be able to clean this up fine. Eugene going for some creeping, did actually take the sack skull, so he will be looking to expand most likely. There is a wisp that will spot it, but the wisp position will likely get the wisp killed unless he's actively moving it in the next like 5 or so seconds, and he is. He's actually actively moving it, so very nice. Does see can he? Oh my god. Misses the skellies, but does know that the DK is headed that way. Not sure if he saw the sack skull. He is probably a little preoccupied with his own creeping. Claws and ring, not too bad. Ring will be good later when you have a demon hunter or a panda up front tanking. And of course the claws, so you have some extra damage right now. And he is going to put up his own expo. But Eugene also going for an expo, gets the haunted gold mine right away, which will be very good for him, because I do not know if Wontu will be able to cancel this with how late he's arriving. In fact, it looks like Wontu is just going to go for level 3 and his own counter expo, but Eugene with a very nice skeleton scout here just before the timer runs out will see the expansion and is coming across, and this will be a cancel for sure, while also keeping his own expo pretty safe. Wontu did come in and detonate the blight, but not going to do so much because he did not head over that way. So looking rough for the Night Elf so far. Generally you don't want Undead to get their expo up this easily, nor do you want yours cancelled. We'll be able to get some skeletons here. Might be able to get a ghoul, especially with the DK so far away. Yeah, Eugene is really on top of it here, showing why he is likely the favorite of his group. Does lose one ghoul, but with his own expo coming up in the meantime, he's in a great position here. We have acolytes on the way, and one more acolyte, and after he'll be saturated on the mine and he can start teching. Wontu, another Wisp here, but like he's just gonna bring it back. Wontu will eventually get his own Expo up. However, situation is definitely rough. If your Expo is late or you're behind an Expo against Undead, definitely not in the spot you want to be in when that happens. You do see the skeletons getting detoed nicely. You'd prefer to not have to deto, but I do think he had to detonate there. There is no more skeletons though, so this will be saved. And Eugene probably should staff out right away. Looks like he's gonna try to run. Okay, he realizes he should staff out. If he tried to run, he definitely would have had to TP instead. He does actually have his TP, but you prefer not to lose it this early. We see a second crypt on the way. I assume Garg play will be following as well. Third crypt. Now we know it is Garg play. Would have liked to maybe see one of the crypts here, like here, and then like another ziggurat here to kind of block off. But you know, small things, no big deal, right? DK level 3. Cloak of Shadows might actually have some value, especially with the DK this low health. You might be able to hide in some of the fights rather than die. So, yeah. But Wontu coming in, we'll be able to get a couple acolytes here. And with the tech underway and no necropolis, these acolytes will not be able to be replaced for a while. So that's pretty nice. Should start staffing out now. Nice coil by Eugene though, which I believe will save this. Probably. Yeah, Acolyte does get saved. Lore on the way, Demon Hunter on the way. So even though a rough start for Wontu, he's getting done quite a lot of what he needs to afterwards. Like he has his tech buildings on the way. Demon Hunter is out. Ancient of War. Oh wait, no, he's switching. He's switching to Panda. No more Demon Hunter. I thought it was out already, but it's just that he canceled it instead. Panda is here, but instantly surrounded, and there's no Wisp nearby to get rid of the skellies. However, this is a lot of damage coming in. One ghoul will fall, but Eugene still gets out fairly well. You know, only losing one ghoul there against all this focus fire plus breath is not too bad. Wontu mostly needs to somehow heal up his heroes. He does have Moonwells available, so maybe I didn't see where he staff of Tellied. Maybe he staffed to the wrong base, but if he had been at his main base, he should have been able to heal up better. Oh no! Oh no! Wontu does get the last hit and the item actually. Only the tome goes to Eugene. I believe, oh no, the coil! Oh, Wontu. He picked up a heal scroll, but was taking too much damage on his keeper. A little bit of missed micro there. Also, like I said, I think the keeper should have staffed here to begin with, so he could have healed. I didn't see where he staffed, but I think he staffed over here, which then led him walking middle and never healing. Eugene in a pretty good spot now. Still needs to get one more acolyte on this mine, but otherwise he's at 47 food. Lich is out. He has his production buildings. He might just tech. He is going to tech, and will likely just sit on 50 food for a while because his bases are pretty safe. I mean, he has double tower here. Still needs to produce one more acolyte. Looks like he forgot. Ghoul going to get picked off. Panda level 2 unlocked. There's still decent chances for Wontu, but losing that keeper definitely hurts a lot. You hate to see that Death Knight getting so high level so quickly. Once level 2 Unholy Aura is unlocked as well, that is going to be rough. But also even later on, when the DK reaches like level 5 for instance, that's where as Elf, it's really rough if you do not have like mana burn coming out all the time. And even with mana burn, it can sometimes be rough if they have like 2 other heroes that are level 3, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Ring of Regen, actually pretty nice for the Panda here, because he is making primarily Dryads at this point and tanking with the Panda. He never got Nature's Blessing yet. Looks like he has wood trouble so far. But his Expo is pretty fortified. He has a couple protectors to defend against Gargs as well. Eugene looking to take out this red camp. Taking quite a bit of damage on his Lich, but that's what the Death Knight's there for. We'll be able to coil it up if needed. Maybe even just heal through statue will be fine too. Does go for the coil. And he's got a lot of consumables ready to be used. Pendant of Energy, dude. Oh my god. I'd like to see this on the DK. At some point. But probably after the DK's mana actually gets back up. So maybe let the statue regen the DK's mana a while and then pass the pendant over. Because if you have a lot of coils in the fight, it's just so strong. Keeping all your heroes or heavy units like an A-bomb, for instance, healthy is very good for the Undead. It has 2 damage upgrades. We see that sick 20 to 29 piercing damage coming out. Wontu has reached tier 3 though. Has 3/3 heroes. 1 damage upgrade. Eugene coming in, taking out some wisps. Quick TP by Wontu. I think he could have waited, but I don't hate the TP either. Another wisp, nicely spotted by Eugene with his Gargs flying over. I do think maybe it would have been better for Wontu to finish the creep first. Like, fact of the matter is, these wisps were kind of just already dead. And with level 2 Unholy Aura, Eugene was able to just run right out, not having to TP himself. Oh my god, he's got a Greater Manner potion, dude. How do you fight the Greater Manner? I don't know, dude. What's in the marketplace? We got illusions. I mean, not terrible. And fight breaking out. Dryads dropping quite quickly. We see Stone Form to get rid of the haze. Needs to focus these Gargs a little bit better. They're kind of hitting everything right now. But overall, the Undead army is pretty strong. However, if Wontu can get another breath or 2 out, he could actually do well here. But he only has 1 available, no mana potion. Does not manage to get the breath off either. We'll probably lose this bear as well. Supply count, not too bad for Wontu, but the levels for the Undead are very telling. He's at level 5 and level 4. He's still got some great items. Mana Potion, Hellstone, Pendant, Claws, Invuln, Healing Potion, another Mana Potion, one. Like, oh, these items, man. As an Undead player, you'd be definitely happy to see those. Looks like he will be trying to take out the tree, and without Nature's Blessing, does die quite quickly. Wontu looking to defend. Repair coming out. He does have a decent count of Dryads, but just, you know, against 3/1 Gargs, that 21 to 33 piercing damage is enough to take out that tree quite quickly. Eugene on the run a little bit, but he's looking to turn and fight now. Should see a coil come out. Lich is safe. And now the Dryads starting to get decimated. And with the Expo gone, Dryads gone. Looking greatly in the favor of Eugene. Mana Potion comes out so that he can get 1 more coil in. Panda. Oh my god, Eugene actually... I think Eugene was trying to pass items. Oh no, these were on backpack. These were backpacked items, weren't they? Yeah, he has backpack on his ghouls. Backpacked Ghoul died. Orb of Corruption for Elf. That seems balanced to me. Time to switch to Mass Archers with Orb of Corruption. Let's go. Let's go, Mass Archers. Oh. Okay. I think he forgot. Or he might have tried to drop it on the Lich as well, but the Lich had full items, so it just dropped it on the ground. I'm not sure. But yeah, still a very rough spot for Wontu. With that Orb of Corruption, I do actually think I would like to see some like bear archer stuff. But I don't think he has an Ancient of War because it was at his expo when it died. So maybe unrealistic. However, with like Orb of Corruption, Entangle, Focus Fire, you can actually put in quite a bit of damage quite quickly. Dryad dropping quick. Haze dispelled from Stone Form. I mean, Wontu still puts in quite a bit of damage. He just can't really fight the Gargs with anything except for his heroes, though, is the problem. Moonwell's coming up in the back. He's actually supply stuck at 44 out of 40. Oh, his Ancient War actually survived. Never got killed. So he could actually make archers. I don't really know if it's worth, especially with Lich almost level 5. But it does sound cool, right? Archers with Orb of Corruption. Lich getting cut out. Should be fine though. Eugene still chopping or something. Oh, Lich actually gets surrounded and he doesn't have an invuln. Should see a coil come out maybe. Coil just in time with like 10 health Lich. Bears dropping quite quickly. These gargoyles with their 3-2 upgrades are very difficult to deal with for the elf. Almost manages to take out the Lich again, but another coil comes out, Nova comes out, and the Keeper dies. Eugene taking the 1-0 with a clean game. That map can definitely be pretty difficult when the Undead expands that easily, and that map is definitely very easy for humans and Undeads to expand while also pressuring the elf expansion. And that's exactly what we saw. The Undead went for his expo, came right across, canceled the elf expo to be last Refuge actually, which I think is fine. Fine map for elf. Some of these choke points, like generally choke points, you would think favor fiends and stuff, of course, but not all Undeads even want to play fiends. And you know, sometimes you can use the choke points to your advantage with Dryads as well, like Dryad Mass Expo. I don't know. I think it's probably an Undead favored map slightly, but I don't hate it. I don't know. I won't comment on it further because I don't know what everyone else thinks of it. But yeah. But it does look like Eugene is once again going for the Ghoul build. 6 Acolyte coming out. You put the shop and then find a critter. And Wontu will be going Demon? He will be going Demon this time, so no more Keeper shenanigans. Put his faith in the mana burn instead. Time to hunt some demons. Okay. Yeah, it is going to be Death Knight, of course, for the Undead. And it'll be interesting to see if Eugene does largely the same thing. I wouldn't be surprised to see another fast expo, especially against a Demon Hunter. Because I think generally against Demon Hunter it's even better and easier to pull off a fast expo. Because they don't have things like Treants to cancel your gold mine or your ziggurat. But yeah, we'll see exactly what he does later. Wontu starting his creeping. Acolyte gonna come in. Oh, ogre's attacking the archer. It always sucks when these little ogres decide to switch aggro to the archer. Same with like the wolves. Sometimes those little level 2 wolves will switch aggro. Oh, Acolyte actually getting ensnared. Might be able to get picked off by the demon. Archer is also ensnared though, which... Oh. Gets one shot in. Headshot, Acolyte falls. And DH. Pretty good XP. So I think as the Demon Hunter player, this is actually where you're supposed to go across. I think I do this too, where I creep this. But if you do not go across right now, and then the Undead creeps the gold mine, you're usually late. However, Eugene's taking his time. He went for this camp rather than this camp. And he crept the entire camp through the inner fire. So, not getting to his gold mine the fastest. Going to tank with the illusions to make it even easier. And it looks like Wontu is more preferring a passive playstyle and just getting his levels rather than harassing the Undead Expo. And he's got some good items for it, so maybe it will work out. If you can get a high level Demon Hunter, you can even fight against some economic advantage. Actually, Eugene might not even be X-Point, is he? He's teching, right? Yeah, he is teching. So I thought this could have been an Expo, and it looks like it would have been pretty decent because Wontu didn't actually come across. But it is just going to be a tech from Eugene. Scouting with some illusions. Would like to see some more Moonwells from Wontu here soon. Especially during nighttime when they can be regenerating some extra mana. And Wontu will be hitting level 3 here quite quickly. Can probably pop the replenishment potion, pick up boots, and then start harassing after this. And oh my god, he's got some good items. Circlet Claws Slippers. Like, I've seen some good items, but let me tell you, these are some good items. Yeah, I would really like him to just pop the potion, pick up boots, and then just start chasing the undead everywhere. Eugene looking to hit level 3 himself, using his last illusion already. And Eugene also picked up, our undead player also picked up a couple circlets, which is pretty good for him as well. And we do see boots. We do not see the replenish potion used though. I think he sold it. Unless it got cancelled by something. I'm pretty sure he sold it. I think the value of it would have been okay. He would have got to max health there. But yeah. Coil coming out. But yeah, this Death Knight will get one more coil, but now he is out of mana for quite a long time. Good items though. Yeah, on the run. DH going to likely heal up from his Moonwells while he's here and then just keep chasing as much as he can. Needs to be a little careful at this creep. Death Knight might be able to poke at some of these archers. Has dust as well, but there is no corpse yet. Needs to be careful of getting that golem too low. Oh my god, Eugene! Eugene, you're throwing! Oh my... Eugene didn't even have item space to pick up the item. Even... Oh my god. I don't know if that was worth it. But he does manage to get out. He's only at 240 health now though, so if he ever walks into range of that Frost Arrow again, he might lose the rest of his health. Okay. There we go. But yeah, Robe of the Magi, I mean, I wouldn't say it's great, but I guess it can go on the Naga for +6 damage. Oh. I think Eugene was about to drop those items and have the Lich pick them up on the way, but then the Demon Hunter was right there. Demon Hunter, on the other hand, couldn't even pick up those items though, without dropping one of his own, so didn't really matter, I guess. Does not have a mana potion.
player's forces are under attack.
So DH will be able to just run away. But he only has 3 Moonwells, no bears. So to heal this DH,
Town is under siege.
I guess his mana is pretty full though, so it should heal fairly efficiently. Not too bad, I guess. Yeah, just 1 Moonwell. That's pretty good. Naga, on the other hand, level 2, getting some decent split creeping done. But yeah, I wouldn't mind him using the DH here to tank a bit, especially with this bloodlusted blue ogre here. Eugene, on the other hand, has another greater mana, picks up an invuln as well. That greater mana is even more huge this game because he's against a demon hunter, and he will be able to pick off a lot of these archers, probably all of them. But Wontu could potentially get some nice focus fire here with his heroes plus his dryads. Like his DH does hit really hard, and he should have bears soon to start rejuving, so I think it's fine to trade here. Yeah, he does have a bear coming out. Did his Naga not have Frost Arrow on? Okay, now it has it on. But Eugene wisely TPs out. Well, I don't know if it's wisely. I think he would have lost that Fiend. I guess it's probably good to TP out then. Yeah, maybe could have just moved that Fiend back a little bit sooner, but, you know, using a TP to save it, probably still worth it. We see items passed over to the Naga finally, and she should be getting level 3 here. And then after this, I would really like Wontu to be aggressive, because you don't really get, you know, much stronger than this for quite a long time as elf. It's not till you hit like level 5 DH, for instance. So healing up, getting Master Bear form, which he has. Yeah, he already has Master Bear form. But yeah, healing up and then harassing the Undead, I feel would be the best play. However, the Undead does have Orb of Corruption already, and double statue, and still holding onto the mana potion. Eugene has some sick items too. Lion Horn, Circlet, Mantle, as an invuln as well. Like both sides, pretty good items overall. Wand of the Wind can actually be pretty good against Undead. It's probably one of the best matchups to get Wand of the Wind in, because cycloning up the Death Knight can sometimes lock you in a kill on the Lich or some Fiends, which can be enough to turn fights around. Cloak of the Flames, not too great, especially against Demon Hunter play, because you don't really want your DK up front against a Demon Hunter. You want him tucked in the back, keeping his mana. Wontu, going to just continue creeping for now. Actually keeping his Orb of Venom on his Naga as well. Interesting to see, because I do think Orb can be good on the Naga, but usually you still want to make use for Frost Arrow for now. And Eugene, bringing out some ghouls. Found Wontu here as well. Book of the Dead probably won't get much value because destroyers are already on the field, so should see it maybe sold. Wontu having a little bit of wood trouble as well, so if this game continues to go longer, you might have problems. We'll see. But yeah, both sides unsure if they should be committed to a fight. Eugene's army does have 4 ghouls in it still, so these bears can chew them up, especially with a level 4 DH as well here. And Chain Morph underway. This is not actually where you want to fight as Wontu when you're facing Chain Morph destroyers, but this is a lot of bears. Wand of the Wind used, ghouls falling very quickly, nice staff out on that bear. And if he can focus down this Lich and Wand of the Wind here, yep. Oh, okay, Invuln comes out. But yeah, these destroyers putting a little too much damage on the bears. It was looking okay for Wontu, like he's getting some kills, but in the end, oh my god, invuln passed, 30 health Naga, but the low health bear ends up rejoining the fight and getting picked off by the coil. We see a hippo on the way. So Eugene coming out ahead in the fight in the end. Will likely check if there's an expansion and then creep the red himself. I assume. Maybe he already checked. Oh yeah, the skeletons are going to check. Yeah, Eugene will probably be in a comfortable position after this. Like, he's got some pretty nice items overall. His levels are really getting up there. Close to level 5 DK. Wontu, on the other hand, heads over to the left side of the map, but there's not really much creeps here. Solo creeping this with a DH wouldn't be too bad, but you'd still be short of level 5. And yeah, it's gonna be tough for Wontu to push past 50 and get a army that can fight properly. I think Wantu's best bet at this point is just like pure hippos, kind of. Like, if you can get a bunch of XP and get rid of all those destroyers, you can probably have a chance in the fight. Oh, looks like he's gonna dive the base. However, this base is very well designed to screw up the elf diving it. One little gap here that he can fit through, but this Naga needs to be staffed out. Oh no. Oh no. Nova? Oh. I think he needed to staff it before TPing. So yeah, that didn't go too well. He did force the Undead back, but the Undead with level 2 Unholy Aura didn't even need to TP there. Gets a pipe of insult. Oh my. Item hacks. Pipe, lion horn, circlet, 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 mantle, glove. Okay, dude. Okay, buddy. Okay. It's fine. I'm not triggered. I'm not even playing. I'm not triggered, okay? Level 5 almost unlocked for this DK. If you can pick off one of these hippos. Actually, I don't think even a hippo would get it. I think you need like a dryad or something. Wontu should be able, or Eugene should be able to turn and fight here if he wants. Oh, he doesn't have web yet. He doesn't have web. If these hippos can take out some of these destroyers and then leave this fight for just the bears and the DH, like, this can actually be not too bad. Oh, it's a shame Wontu didn't have a couple more hippos. If he had like five or six hippos there, he could have really taken out these destroyers quickly. But now web should be finishing. Yeah, I think it finished, and we do see web coming out. And now this is where Eugene turns, takes out all the hippos. It's going to be rough for Wontu at this point. Might be able to get some nice focus here on the fiends, and then maybe one of the heroes. Surprise hero kill on the lich could be nice. There is no more coils left. Yeah, Eugene wisely pulls his lich back. Wontu does survive though, and forces a TP. So honestly not too bad. Like, supply counts 51 to 51. I mean, I wouldn't recommend being at 51 supply, but you know, that's where both sides are at, so that's where both sides are at, I guess. I think canceling this dryad, sitting at 50, and then waiting a little to break probably would be good. But yeah, like I said before, I think there is still a chance if he gets a good enough hippo count to just wipe out those destroyers. But I think he kind of maybe missed his chance in that last fight. We saw Eugene didn't have web, and if there was a couple more hippos and he took out this, like, you know, 5, 10, 15 food of destroyers, that could have been the difference maker. That could have been DH just about level 5, level 4 Naga, and the air superiority in his favor, with ground superiority suddenly unlocked by having bears against no destroyers. A little missed opportunity there for the elf, not having enough hippos before that fight. And now it's going to be really rough. He does charge in here. Bears a little bit in the back though. Might be able to pick off a hero, but DH getting focused has to be staffed out. And he does not have a Staff of Telly to get back in. So this army is kind of just stranded and having to fight by itself. And without a DH here, that's a lot less damage you have. But still getting some nice damage on these fiends. However, the undead heroes starting to really carry, and there is 5 destroyers. Oh, there's 5 destroyers, dude. Ah, no. Ah, that's painful. However, maybe there's a small chance, right? This is good. This is good, right? With 5 destroyers, you can't unmorph them. So if Wontu can produce like literally just only hippos from this point, just make literally only hippos, wipe out 25 food of destroyers, that's a potential win condition. Like that DH will jump to 5, that Naga will jump also to 5 or close to. Like if Wontu can somehow find a way to buy time to just get tons of hippos, these destroyers can be a liability, really. Kind of like when you make too many destroyers against human and then they come in with a massive gyros. It's like same type of concept, right? We do see Wontu coming in here. I don't think this is the fight he wants to take, but Eugene also doesn't seem to want to take the fight. Probably because his DK is still a bit low on mana. He actually managed to get a fiend. Eugene... I mean, yeah, maybe we're seeing the liability already of these 5 destroyers when there's only 1 bear on the field. So, would like to see the DH maybe just kind of keep tabs on where the undead army is. Maybe pass the boots back over. Oh no. No, Wontu! You don't want to take this fight, do you? I mean, the DK is low, has no TP. Maybe he can pick off a hero. But there is a lot of destroyers, and these bears die extremely quickly to 5 plus 2 damage destroyers. 1 destroyer does get picked off though. This is actually looking better for the elf than I thought. He is getting quite a bit of damage done. 2nd destroyer almost about to fall as well. I think Eugene really needed to pull that destroyer back. The hippo that was webbed on the ground was still managing to hit it. So 2 destroyers do fall. A little bit of a messy fight. Going better in Wontu's favor than I was thinking it would. And some nice staffs do end up saving a couple bears. So not bad, not bad. But the undead is 5/5/3 with a Pipe of Insight and statue. Oh no. How do you fight that? It's infinite mana. Oh no. More hippos on the way. Good choice. Well, maybe... I don't know. It's hard to tell because there is still 3 fiends and he has actually no hippos right now, so... He really needs to wait for a massive hippos again. Or it looks like he's getting forced into a fight here. And... I mean... Demon Hunter, Naga with their Orbs of Venom will do what they can. Looks like he does get 1 destroyer, but... It's just so hard to fight this without much else. He has like 1 Dryad left. The heroes are strong for the elf, but the undead hero is even stronger with their 5/5/3. Wontu doing what he can. Pops the anti-magic potion. I don't know why it calls it shell there. And bringing out some wisps, but DK gets picked off and Wontu calls the GG. There was actually some really close moments there. And I think with a couple more patience, a bit more patience at a couple points, Wontu could have potentially picked off all those destroyers when they became a liability with 5 of them, and then turned the game back in his favor.